The date is April 4th, 2021. We are at the Lewis Center Railroad crossing in Lewis Center, Ohio, and what we just watched was Norfolk Southern's Office Car Special, which was making a special run across both the Sandusky and Columbus Districts on this day. We'll now move to the Valley Crossing at the Williams Road Railroad crossing in Columbus, Ohio. Here, the Office Car Special made a special stop at Watkins Yard so that the businessmen riding the train could tour the yard. For years now, I've been trying to see this special train, but whenever the chance presented itself, either something would come up preventing me from doing so, or I would just miss it. But on this day, my chance finally came. Unfortunately, this chance came after Norfolk Southern retired their classic F units that used to pull the train on their system. Back in 2007, NS debuted NS 4270, 4271, 4275, and 4276, two of their rebuilt F9PHs and two F7Bs to pull their office car specials. Since I never got any pictures or videos of the engines I'm talking about, I'll use Clinchfield 800 as a reference. NS 4270 and 4271 looked exactly like Clinchfield 800, only difference being under the hood and the paint scheme. Both F9PHs and F7Bs wore a Southern Railway-inspired paint scheme, but instead of being green and white, it was black and white, with the horse logo. As a side note, according to a PDF file I found about the engines, Norfolk Southern planned on having two more rebuilt F9PHs to pull their special business train, but this never happened. Anyway, the Fs pulled the train well until 2019, when Norfolk Southern made the surprising announcement that the Fs were to be retired and sold off the railroad. NS 4270 and 4275 were sold off to the Reading, Blue Mountain and Northern Railroad, and NS 4271 and 4276 were sold off to the Aberdeen, Carolina and Western Railroad. As of the filming of this video, NS had no dedicated engines to operating the Office Car Special, which meant that they were using any of their other locomotives to pull the train. In this case, pulling the passenger train on this day was Norfolk Southern 1215, a freshly washed EMD SD70 ACE. While I was here, a set of white vans drove into Watkins Yard. More than likely these vans had more businessmen meeting up with the train. As the vans drove into the yard, a CSX interchange train then began to back into Watkins Yard, caboose first. A little bit after the caboose came to a stop, I soon heard on my scanner that the Office Car Special was ready to depart Watkins Yard, so I got set up to watch the train roll by. Before we leave Valley Crossing, I got one more shot of the train as it crossed the diamonds here. After the train left here, I knew I had one more chance to see the train, all the way in Chillicothe, Ohio. We now find ourselves at a country road railroad crossing just off of South Bridge Street / Road 104 south of Chillicothe, Ohio. Soon, the headlights of 1215 appeared in the distance, and I got both my cameras set up to watch the train one more time. As of the making of this video, Norfolk Southern now has two EMD ST60Es, 7034 and 7035, dedicated to pulling the office car special now. We'll now move to a couple of days later on April 6th. On this day, I was on my way home from work when I stopped at Valley Crossing. I saw that there was a green signal on the main line, so I figured I had time to see it. As I was waiting for the train, a lone NSGE locomotive began to leave Watkins Yard, southbound. NS 4327 is a GE C44-9W, built in 1997. It was rebuilt last year in Fort Worth, Texas. As a lash-up of NS locomotives were working the yard, a pair of headlights appeared from the south, so I got set up to watch it roll by. Now take note of the engines that were working Watkins Yard today. An interesting event is about to occur. NS 7690 is a GE ES44DC, built in 2007. We are now about to witness a three-way meet here between both the northbound intermodal/autorack train, the engines working Watkins Yard, and a southbound intermodal train. What a treat! What an exciting show! Anyway, NS 9930 is a GE C44-9W built in 2004, and NS 1134 and 1120 are both EMD SD70 ACEs, both built in 2014. After the southbound intermodal train got by, our northbound intermodal/autorack train then rolled to a gentle stop on the main line. Sadly, the train had only 1/4 left of autoracks till it cleared the Williams Road Railroad crossing, which didn't help the waiting motorists at the crossing. About 10 minutes later, another pair of headlights appeared from the north, and another southbound intermodal train then rolled through the crossing. NS 8160 is a GE BS44AC built in 2013, and NS 4014 is a rebuilt GE AC44C6M. It was originally built in 1995 as a GE C40-9 as NS 8801. It was rebuilt in 2016 at GE's Erie shops. More than likely, the reason why our northbound intermodal/autorack train came to a stop was because of this train. What probably happened was this. There was probably a lower priority train north of here, and dispatch decided to have the higher priority intermodal train run around it on the second track, which had our northbound intermodal/autorack train on it. Dispatch had our northbound train stop just before Bannon so that the southbound train could get back on the first track and continue its journey without delay. After the southbound train got by, our northbound then got back underway. Feeling I had enough excitement for one day, I decided to head home. Again, a couple of days later, this time on the 8th, we now find ourselves at a pull-off along Canal Road north of Lockbourne, Ohio. Here, I caught a northbound coal train led by 2 GE wide cabs. NS 8151 is a GE ES44AC built in 2013, and NS 4304 is a rebuilt GE AC44C6M. It was originally built in 1998 as a GE C44-9W as NS 9241. It was rebuilt in 2020 in Fort Worth, Texas. After the coal train went by, I then finished my day by going up to Valley Crossing, where I saw Norfolk Southern 3662 and 9708 as they were backing into Watkins Yard. NS 3662 is a GE ET44AC built in 2017, and NS 9708 is a GE C44-9W built in 2001. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you guys have a good day. See you later.